Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Legal Information, Law Insights. I am Advocate Mukund Mahajan. Today's topic is extremely important and affects millions of women across India: rights of women in property. Latest legal position, 2025. We'll understand what laws give women rights in property, how these rights have evolved, and the recent legal updates and landmark judgments that every citizen must know. Part 1. Background: Traditional scenario of property rights of women. Historically, women were denied equal rights in ancestral property under the Hindu Succession Act, 1956. Sons were considered co-partners, while daughters were not. Before 2005, daughters had only a right to maintenance or marriage expenses from the family property, not an equal share. Married daughters were often excluded, based on the social belief that they had already received their share during marriage. Before the 2005 amendment, property rights were discriminatory and heavily patriarchal, leaving daughters financially dependent on the goodwill of male relatives. Part 2. What does the law say today, 2025? 1. Equal rights as co-partners, Sec 6 of Hindu Succession Act. Daughters by birth have equal rights in co-partnery property. They can ask for partition, become karta of the joint family, and have the same liabilities as sons. This means a daughter has the right to manage family property, initiate its division, and is equally responsible for any debts or liabilities of the family business, just like a son. 2. Applicable even if father died before 2005, as per latest judgment. Supreme Court Vineeta Sharma vs. Rakesh Sharma, 2020. 9. SCC 1. The daughter's right is by birth, not dependent on whether the father was alive in 2005. This clarified confusion created by earlier cases like Prakash vs. Phulvati and ensures that even if the father passed away before the 2005 amendment, daughters still get their co-partnery rights as long as the property wasn't partitioned legally before. 3. Married or unmarried. Both have equal rights. Marriage does not extinguish the daughter's right in ancestral property. Whether the daughter is single, married, widowed, or divorced, she continues to retain her right in the joint family property. She can also become the karta if she is the eldest co-partner. 4. Self-acquired property of parents. A daughter can inherit equally from both mother and father's self-acquired property if the parent dies intestate, without a will. This falls under general succession law. If there is no will, then daughters and sons both get equal shares. Even in the case of mother's self-acquired property, daughters cannot be denied inheritance. Part 3. Latest Supreme Court and High Court judgments. 1. Anju Sharma vs. Mahesh Sharma, 2023. SC held, daughters can claim partition even decades after father's death, if partition was not done legally and with consent. This judgment emphasized that oral partitions or family arrangements that exclude daughters are not valid. Legal partition must be recorded either through a registered deed or decree of court. 2. Neelam vs. State of Haryana, 2024, P&H. HC landmark ruling: even if daughter was not residing in the ancestral home, she still retains the right to claim her co-partnery share. Physical possession or residence is not a condition for entitlement. The court ruled that refusal to give share to a daughter based on her marital status or residence is unconstitutional. 3. Savita vs. Ramesh, 2025, Bombay HC. Court ruled that daughter can challenge illegal transfer of ancestral property done by father or brothers without her consent. If any male relative sold or gifted ancestral property without the daughter's consent post-2005, such transfer can be declared void by the court, and the daughter can claim restoration or compensation. Part 4. Rights of women from other religions. 1. Muslim women governed by personal laws, not Hindu Succession Act. Women inherit as per Shariat law. Daughter gets half the share of a son. Muslim women also inherit from their husband's and father's side, but quantum varies. They have rights to dawah, meher, gifts, and maintenance during iddat period. Courts are increasingly upholding women's rights even in waqf properties. 2. Christian women governed by Indian Succession Act, 1925. Equal rights in self-acquired property. Daughters and sons inherit equally if the Christian dies intestate. A widow also receives 1/3 of the estate in certain cases, while the rest is equally divided among the children. Christian women have enforceable rights in court and can challenge will-based exclusion on grounds of fraud or coercion. 3. Parsi women also governed by Indian Succession Act. Equal share as sons, with some variation based on proximity of heirs. Married Parsi women retain inheritance rights. However, children born out of marriage with non-Parsi spouses have some limitations under Parsi personal law, which are now being reviewed for constitutional validity. Part 5. Women's property rights under other legal provisions. Streedhan, women have absolute right over their Streedhan, gifts received at marriage, during life. This includes gifts from both sides of the family, jewelry, clothes, money, and movable property. Even the husband or in-laws cannot demand its return or use without consent. Domestic Violence Act, 2005, women have right of residence in the shared household even if she doesn't own it. Even if the house is in the name of in-laws or husband, a married woman cannot be thrown out without court orders. She can claim residence orders from the magistrate. Maintenance laws. Under Section 144 of the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita and personal laws, women can claim maintenance including housing rights. Maintenance can include cost of accommodation, medical expenses, food, clothing, and education for children. Benami Property Act, 1988, amended 2016. Woman's property cannot be treated as Benami if bought from known sources and declared. Properties bought in a woman's name using her legal income or declared source by spouse cannot be seized as Benami, provided intent and funding are clearly documented. Part 6. Common problems faced by women and remedies. Denial of partition. File a civil suit for partition. A woman can file a partition suit in civil court seeking her share along with masonry profits for unauthorized use of her share by others. Fraudulent sale by male heirs can be challenged under Transfer of Property Act. Sale without her signature or consent is voidable, and courts can reverse it under Sections 52 and 53 of TPA. Delay tactics. Use injunctions or request court for time-bound partition. Courts can order partition within fixed timelines and issue injunctions against alienation of property during litigation. Unregistered oral settlements, not legally valid. Women can challenge such arrangements and ask for a formal partition deed or court judgment. Conclusion and call to action. In today's India, women are no longer secondary in property rights. Equal rights are not just on paper, they are being enforced by the highest courts. I urge every woman to understand her legal rights and take timely legal action if those rights are violated. Legal awareness is the first step to empowerment. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it informative, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for more legal insights. I will meet you in the next video soon. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.